Comedian and Saturday Night Live alum John Mulaney is taking a well-deserved break this August. The Emmy Award-winning writer has just finished the first leg of a nationwide stand-up tour and will hit the road again next month.
All of that follows a successful run in an unlikely venue, the Broadway stage. Jamie Wax spoke to John Mulaney about his multifaceted career. Jamie, good morning.
Good morning, Dana. That's right. While he was on the road, we caught up with John Mulaney at his alma mater, Georgetown University in Washington. It's a place filled with history, including his own, where he made the comedy connections that helped shape a stellar career.
If I'm on the street on like a Friday at 3 p.m. and I see a group of 8th graders on one side of the street, I will cross to the other side of the street because 8th graders will make fun of you, but in an accurate way.
John Mulaney's comedy is cheerfully self-deprecating.
They don't even need to look at you for long. They'll just be like, ha, 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 ha. Hey, look at that high-waisted man. He got feminine hips. And I'm like, no, that's the thing I'm sensitive about.
Where do you find yourself pulling material from now, and is it different than any other time?
Still the same subject, which is me. So it's still, you know, the adventures of a sweet idiot. I lived right down there in Village C West.
Those adventures started soon after Mulaney arrived for college at Georgetown University, where his talents were noticed by an upperclassman who would later become a collaborator.
When you got onto campus, what did you want to do with your life?
I wanted to be a comedian. So that worked out. Now, while I was here, I was doing improv comedy in an improv group called the Georgetown Players Improv Group. The director was a guy named Nick Kroll. He was a senior, and he cast me in the group. Had I not met Nick that day, and then met Mike Birbiglia, another incredible comedian who's helped me out so much, it really would have been a different path. So while I always wanted to be a comedian, there were specific people and moments here that helped make that happen.
After graduation, the Chicago-born comedian would spend time in New York, crashing with Kroll and building his onstage confidence.
If I had a show scheduled, I always secretly hoped it would be canceled because I was so nervous. And then there was a turning point where I started to just enjoy the work of it so much that I was hoping the show would not be canceled.
It wasn't long before his career took off. In 2008, he landed a coveted writing job on Saturday Night Live.
Ladies and gentlemen, here with some tips is our Weekend Update city correspondent, Stefan.
Where he co-created the eccentric city reporter, Stefan, played by Bill Hader.
Do you have any other recommendations for folks looking for like a more wholesome New York experience?
Yes. If you are some dumb folks looking to just get murdered, I know just the place for you.
That then changed the course of my career exponentially. I was writing comedy. To compare it to writing comedy at Saturday Night Live, it'd be like if you were a farmer and you were picking up rocks, and then suddenly you're an astronaut on the moon and you're picking up rocks. Now, you're still just picking up rocks, but you're on the moon. And I would often look around at Saturday Night Live and go, I'm on the moon. I mean, it was a whole level of rare air that I can't believe I got to experience.
And while he thrived at SNL as a writer and an on-screen presence,
I was in love with Veronica. She would babysit us on Saturday nights. And in my head, when I was a little kid, I thought that Veronica was like 25, 30 years old. I was just talking to my mom the other week. I found out that when I was 10, Veronica was 13.
it was his one-hour Comedy Central special, New in Town, that cemented his status as a stand-up comic. The performance helped him earn his own TV show on Fox, though the self-titled Mulaney was canceled after just 13 episodes.
Ultimately, I think the best thing that came from it was I was able to say, I thought I wanted that, and I don't want that. But it helped me recalibrate what I wanted to do. Sometimes big old complicated failures take a while to unpack.
The unpacking included hitting the road, starting a tour that became the basis of a Netflix special, fittingly titled The Comeback Kid.
No, really, and I don't like confrontation, because I've never been in a fight before. Though maybe you could tell that from the first moment I walked out on stage.
Then he reunited with friend and mentor Nick Kroll to develop Oh Hello, playing rumpled old New Yorkers.
Oh, hello.
First a sketch on Kroll's Comedy Central show, it then made the unlikely transition from viral video to Broadway.
It has a wonderful aroma, too.
Yes,
Yeah. Well, what we do is it's mayonnaise and tuna fish, and we prepare it, and then we put it under the lights at 5 p.m.
I think you were about a week into previews when we spoke. You really weren't sure how it was going to be received at the time.
No, we weren't. But by the time we got to Oh Hello, we both entered it thinking, we enjoy this so much. We want people to like it, but we don't really care that much what they say. If someone had written a review saying, Oh Hello is stupid, we would have said, yeah, it is. You're absolutely right. That people liked it was extremely cool.
What's next, John? What do you want to do after this tour is done?
I don't make plans anymore. So I'm not living minute to minute. A professor here at Georgetown once said that. We were in a scene study workshop, and someone said, well, blah, 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 I think my character is just living day by day. And he said, well, that's interesting. You know, Mulaney lives minute to minute. I always liked that.
His current tour will end next year with 3 nights at Radio City Music Hall here in New York, where he will be filming his next 1-hour special. And if you missed Oh Hello on Broadway, it's available now on Netflix, and it's very funny.
It's hysterical. I watched it the other night with my son and could not stop laughing. It's wonderful.
Those characters hit a little too close to home.
We see them
You
all
and
the
me in
time
about
here.
20 years, Jamie.
I'll come for the tuna fish sandwich.
You're welcome to.
Jamie Wax, thank you.
Thanks, Dan.